One of the most interesting things as a father of a young boy who's 2 is seeing how the world reacts to him, especially women, the glee that they have dealing with this little manling because he's the complete opposite of what they're used to dealing with when it comes to males. He is sensitive, he is sweet, he is very emotional, he is very communicative, very expressive, right? And I think all these things, more so than most girls, when it comes to boys in general, I think they're more sweet and sensitive. But the point is like, no one wants to ask the question, well, what happens? And I'll answer, society. Like, nobody cares. They just look at it like, well, men can be these things and should be these things because you start off this way, but then nobody puts 2 and 2 together. It's like, well, we do start off that way, very sensitive and sweet and vulnerable and fine with being vulnerable. And then the world comes along, society comes along. And when I say society, we are the traffic, okay? We are all the problem. We all take a part in this problem. We've all dealt with toxic men who make fun of us for being too communicative, for being gay, too expressive, right? But the same with women too. In their own way, that's where they'll use it against us in an argument, where we're vulnerable and we, say something in secret, being vulnerable with them. That's our partner, right? But then they'll use it against us in an argument. Or the very relationship will shift because you said too much. And, I've actually seen articles written that talked about how women feel like now I'm like my man's therapist and I can't handle it because he just tells me too much. Do you know what being in a relationship is? I mean, I understand when people want to sit there and say, well, you're just dumping on me all the time. But when it's where I just want to share some of my fears because you share yours all the time, let's be fair and call it 50-50, right? So nobody actually cares when it comes to what men go through to actually have to adapt and then become less communicative and have to be less expressive and just to be in a relationship and to stay in a relationship and to have to, in a way, hide away yourself from people so that other men won't make fun of you, for example, and things like that. Like, it's sad what men put themselves through because they have to. But then people will sit there and say, no, they don't have to. They can be the outlier. They can be, but most people don't do that because a lot of people are hypocrites. Most people want to just conform, to be happy, to not have to be on the outside all the time because it's exhausting being on the outside all the time. Believe me, I know. Being a minority where you're forced on the outside a lot, it's fucking exhausting. And to have the chance to have to blend in a bit, to feel as part of a community, to feel like you belong someplace, then yeah. But at the detriment of hiding yourself away. So what I'm saying is like, we are all part of this problem when it comes to what happens to men. And it took me a while to realize that, okay, well, I am trafficked in this situation, but what I want to do is build a community like the Solemn Sir, which is what I did, an online wellness community to allow men to be able to talk to each other and in a safe space. So they don't have to feel like that they have to hide away because you won't be emasculated here. That's the point. So at thesolemnster.com, that's a great place when you feel you can't talk to anyone. And this channel, which of course is more open to the public, so you have to be careful of what you say because anybody can come on this channel and then emasculate. But at least on the solemnster.com, that's a channel where you sign up for membership and then it's a private channel of just other members. And it's a much more controlled format and it's a safe space. That's what we need as men to actually have community. So we can feel comfortable enough to have conversations to build it, right? To build those relationships, to build a community. That's what we need. That's our medicine. So like this channel, help grow it if you like the message. Head on over to thesolemnster.com and check it out. And tell your friends.